The fuck is it Christmas already, guys? Last Christmas was one of the best Christmas ever. In fact, it might just be the best Christmas ever, but my goodness, guys. Why do things have to disappear? It's like a death march for me. I mean, it's just, I don't know what's going on in my life anymore. Things are going fast, quite too fast, to be frank. I'll see you later. New angle, cause why not? No, to be honest, I guess this is like a special occasion angle. I know these are the type of angles you see in apology videos, but this isn't one. So, well, is it still considered a monthsary if only one person celebrates it? Yes, I know a lot of you watching this are probably tired of me yapping about that, and I know it's detrimental. You know, the typical cliche stuff, we don't have to go over it. We've talked about it multiple times. I've been scolded about it multiple times, and I knew it for a long time. Some things are just meant to be let go. And on this exactly, you know, there's this recurring theme recently, which is, I don't know, I think it's just life making fun of me again, or it's just being humorous. I'd like to think it's just being humorous, you know, removing victimhood and all that, but it just keeps popping up. I guess it's just a coincidence, but I guess this is more of a response video to myself. I just realized, actually, I just recorded and uploaded 2 videos on this topic, at least similar to this, what I'm talking about, just for me to realize that it wasn't listed the entire time. I thought the upload just failed, but apparently it was just unlisted. So I guess this is now that I have my thoughts laid out, this is a response video to another unlisted video in which I shared to my friends a public announcement, quote unquote. And I'm not going to unlist this one because I think this is a pretty important video for myself, at least. I'm sorry if this doesn't really offer to you guys as much. I know it's not that I have much viewers anyway, but basically in that video, to sum it up, I more or less tried to justify, defend, whatever you call it, even though I have no right to do that anymore, or at least even if I do try, there's no point. The things or the behavior I've been exhibiting this past few months, and deluding myself with the fact na I saw this coming, or I even planned it, and it's messed up. I know I did mention that in that video, but saying it out loud now and telling it to other people, I thought back then when I revealed this, the whole, oh, I planned it all along and everything went the way I thought it would, and revealed that to people, I thought it would be satisfying. But now it's just, I actually feel disappointed in myself. Like, how can I do that? I know this is not a video asking for pity. It's not the opposite of an apology video or whatever. I'm trying to verbalize my thoughts, and hopefully the future homers can have a better understanding of this than I currently do, because recently I've seen both spectrums of opinions and arguments on what should I do exactly. Because to be honest, I am trying my best, you know, waking up every day despite the heavy feeling in my chest, trying to pay attention in class when it's so difficult to do so. And I don't want to point fingers, especially towards the person, but when I say that, every second that passes and I realize that I am far away from home and here now in this dorm, And recording this video, attending USC, is only all because of, well, her. And whether or not you interpret this as blame shifting, I actually think of it now as an expression of gratitude. You can see it in both ways. It's up to my mood, perhaps. Okay, I can admit, sometimes when I'm not in the right state of mind, I tend to think of it negatively, that a lot of terrible things are happening because of decisions I made, and a lot of external factors that I just can't decide about, which makes it even worse. But I'm only recording this video now, and I have this right here, and I have these new people in my life. I'm in one of the top universities in the Philippines, all because of her. And I say that with as much positive intention as I can. The thing is, I think I'm still feeling guilty, and if she does hear this, I'm pretty sure she just feel bad. It's like a cycle of, if we apply the same thing with the concept we found in the not giving a fuck book, we feel bad about feeling bad, we feel guilty about feeling guilty and all that. But I think it also applies among people, especially those who have a deeper connection with each other. But I feel bad in a sense na, how can I do that exactly? Like, how was I able to think that with this naive thinking? Okay, thank you, Rainier, for that. Rainier, shout out to you. I cannot, as all my friends recently have been driving down towards my brain, is that you can't really ayanakoji, okay, for in layman's or normal terms, you can't really plan your way out of this through whatever inflated sense of delusion and pride, and being able to say na, I saw all this coming, therefore I am the winner, I am the victor. But in love, I made this quote I think a few months ago, in love the only things we can only really lose is the person or ourselves. And I don't wish for anyone to arrive to that situation in which they are forced to either choose themselves or someone they love. And it's pretty unfortunate that, in a way or in a sense, although I did argue na this isn't as bad, but as my other friends have been saying, we can't really compare. In that unlistened video, that smirk, to be honest, if that's another Homer and this is like a separate entity speaking, I know it's weird, I do that, I'll make a video on that soon. How in the world was he able to do that? How in the world was that Homer able to do all that shit? Why didn't we just fall in love like a normal person? Like, no looking ahead, no delusion that acts as a safety net, no, oh, I need this for my future, so I need to. Why did I have to drag someone else, especially someone like her, into my shenanigans? I know, I'm not asking for pity or whatever, but it's more of a logic thing, and my USC friends are arguing that I shouldn't intellectualize it. Like, there's no point, and I should just let emotions be emotions and feel the feelings, and that's it, and try my best to not get paralyzed by it, because there's a balance. But for all, I argue that pain is gain, that this loss would bring me growth, because of course it became a self-fulfilling prophecy, because if I seek loss, then I would get loss. If I was in it for the pain, then of course every pain would be magnified. But she showed me, like I said, I emphasize this so much, this realization just really sank in these past few days. She was able to show me the other side of that. Like, it's essentially the same I argued in that unlisted video that fundamentally, when we seek something in a relationship, in my case, although unconventional, most people usually get into relationships for the good. And yes, I could say that I did it for the bad, for the pain, for me to be shattered, broken, or whatever shit I argued. It's still a desire. Okay, call it emotional masochism, but no amount of self-awareness will excuse my incompetence. Especially in the last few weeks in our run, I was just being plain immature, and by then I'm pretty sure this quote-unquote plan of mine just didn't even apply anymore. Because if it were to test my stoicism, my mental maturity, my emotional intelligence, and all that, then I've already failed in that regard. Okay, I can pat myself in the back for making it that long, but what hurts me the most is that, yes, although I can give myself credit for handling it as well as I did, I can give myself credit to that, not out of ego, but out of self-credit and self-respect at the same time. But to be honest, the way I put it, or I like to put it, is that I made the final blunder, I made the final mistake. And like in chess, it's not about who makes the most mistakes, it's about who makes the final one, who loses. And I just donked it up, man. It's month 10, or at least it would have been month 10. Am I still bummed out about it? Of course, I can't deny that anymore. I can pretend. At least I have to pretend, because what's the point of sad boying? Yes, the other me, that Homer in the listed video, really likes the appeal of suffering, of martyrdom, and sacrifice and all that. But I don't know, man. Like, she mattered a lot to me. And sometimes